Copilot Studio knowledge base, the effort went from months to a few hours. We were able to upload the document, and then it did magic for us.
We wanted an agile solution that could allow our company to improve customer experience. The Copilot Studio agent has helped reduce our live customer service transfers by 25%.
Migrating to Dynamics 365 was a game changer for us. 80% of our sales team report that Dynamics helps them track opportunities, improve their win-to-loss ratio, which is currently standing at an impressive 52%, which is pretty phenomenal as a standard.
With the platform now in place, we're equipped to deliver much faster, operate smarter, and to suit our customers with greater precision and confidence.
Welcome to the Business Applications launch event for the 2025 Release Wave 2. Since 2018, we have come together every 6 months to talk about the latest product innovations in Dynamics 365 and the Power Platform. And we remain deeply committed to driving innovation across Microsoft business applications to bring you a single, powerful platform that helps you build incredible things. But business applications and low-code are being redefined with AI and agents in amazing ways. And it is all happening so quickly. So we will be redefining the Business Applications launch event over the next year as well. We'll bring you the latest information, product demos, and customer stories straight from the product team on a more frequent quarterly basis. Stay tuned to learn more about the new format. And we can't cover every new feature during the show. So I encourage you to check out the Release Planner tool and build your own personalized view. It has all the details on the features launching between October 2025 and March 2026. This release wave comes near the end of a year where AI agents started to transform how we work. Agents are the new building blocks for getting work done, and every company is going to have many agents. In fact, IDC predicts that 1.3 billion agents will be developed by 2028. When you have all these agents, you start to see one big challenge. How will people navigate that expansive web of agents? This is where Microsoft 365 Copilot comes in. Copilot is the central place for you and your users to interact and discover all these agents. It extends across all your work, and it is integrated with all our core business applications products across Dynamics 365 and Power Platform and right in Copilot Chat. This agentic web also spans a robust and open ecosystem beyond Microsoft. We are proud to support MCP and agent-to-agent standards. You can connect to agents from incredible partners like Adobe, Workday, or ServiceNow. And of course, you can add your own unique agents that were built in Copilot Studio. With agents, business applications become more than systems of record that just capture data. Later in the show, we're going to dive deeper into one of the powerful sales agents in Dynamics 365 that we announced just earlier this week. Again, we are going to have a lot of agents. But in a typical organization, we also have teams and, of course, people. The future of work is one where people and agents work side by side. And this shift will restructure our organizations into hybrid teams. We will need to change how we work and adopt new tools and ways of thinking to get the job done. And there are 3 critical components to this. First, we will need to build lots of agents. Second, we will need to rethink all of our applications. And third, we'll need to rethink collaboration. With Copilot Studio, Power Apps, and Teams, we give you the best tools to succeed in this next era of work. Copilot Studio is the easiest way to create agents in the enterprise for businesses and workflows. But it isn't just about agents working on their own. We are also going to need intelligent application experiences that collaborate and partner with these agents. And the easiest way to build them is with Power Apps, a full stack system. And we all know that when we collaborate, it isn't just inside of applications. Teams is the world's best collaboration space, with 320 million monthly users. It is the only collaboration space where you can talk to people and agents across chats, channels, and meetings. And all these agents will integrate with your existing security systems and data governance, with Entra for identity, Purview for data security, and Defender for protection, so you can build on the agentic web without compromising on privacy or security. With Microsoft, you have everything you need in one place to help you unleash all these powerful agents. And today, you will get a chance to see some of the latest innovations across Dynamics 365, Power Platform, and Copilot Studio in action. We hope that this show will highlight how you can apply all these great updates in your own organizations to become AI first. With that, I'm going to hand it off to our hosts, Lydia and Stephanie. Thank you so much.
Welcome, everybody, to the Business Application Launch event. We are so excited to have you here. I'm Lydia.
And I'm Stephanie.
And we're going to be your hosts for the day. We are evangelists and community leads. I've been at Microsoft for a decade now doing this kind of work. But Stephanie, you're actually brand new to the team, coming from the sales world. And with a new host, we're going to bring an entirely new format to the Business Applications Launch event.
I am so excited to be here. Over the next 40 minutes, get comfortable, grab your coffee, grab your tea. We are going to talk about what's coming for Microsoft Copilot Studio, Dynamics 365, and Power Platform. And we have a great demo to go along with each one.
We really do.
I've always been on the other side of the camera for this event, and so I'm curious, you've been here for a decade. What do you love most about it?
I love this event, and really I love it because of the customers. So as we get into the lead up to the event, I get to interact with so many awesome customers from different industries, different sizes, essentially finding out how are they using our products today and what's their vision for these new features. So I love that build up, and then I love taking that and bringing those awesome stories to this event for our community.
Yeah, absolutely. I couldn't agree more. I think that what makes this community so incredible is hearing about what they're doing inside of business applications. I think we should just jump right in.
Yeah, where do you want to start?
Let's start with Microsoft Copilot Studio.
Okay, let's do it.
We should start there because it's the agentic platform that everyone is talking about.
Yeah, definitely.
Agents are everywhere. I was talking to my brother the other day and I said the phrase agentic transformation and he goes, what does that even mean?
Yeah, I don't think he's alone with that, is he? I think a lot of our audience might be saying, what do you mean by agentic transformation? So tell us a little bit more, Stephanie.
What we're really going to see is that agents are not just chatbots anymore. They're no longer just answering questions. They're actually completing tasks. So whether that's completely end-to-end processes autonomously or they're working alongside your employees, they're actually completing these tasks. And agentic transformation means that your teams can achieve more than ever before. And I think that's why we're seeing 90% of the Fortune 500 already using Copilot Studio to build agents.
That's an incredible stat, isn't it? So in our team, what we're seeing is we're busy building these agents ourselves. So tell me, give me the inside scoop that I can take back for my team. What's coming in the next 6 months for Copilot Studio?
Yeah, I'm super excited about a lot. To start, I think agents can now handle bigger, more complex tasks. So you could have an agent that's reviewing an incoming request, determining whether or not it can handle it, and then handing off to a human for review if needed. But the other thing too is like maybe you have a system within your organization that doesn't integrate natively with Copilot Studio. We now have new features coming to computer use, so you could actually integrate over computer use.
Okay, can you bring that to life? Can you give me a real example of that?
Yeah, it's a little confusing. So an example might be that you have an internal portal that helps you submit proposals. With computer use, an agent can actually go into that portal on your behalf and submit that proposal for you.
Without needing to do all the complex integration, right?
Exactly.
Okay, I love that. Okay, aside from that benefit, tell me about some of the other value you think these autonomous agents bring.
Yeah, and it's a really good question because I think a lot of times we think about tech for tech's sake, but what is the actual value that Copilot Studio and agents are bringing? Ultimately, I think we're going to see a lot less busy work, more accurate processes, and faster outcomes.
Okay, I like the sound of that. And honestly, anytime I think of a real life use case, I think every person in every department, in every business, there's so many use cases where
For sure.
bring agents in and it's really going to be able to transform our performance. On the subject of real life use cases, I think we should see some agentic transformation in real life, don't you?
I think so.
Why don't we buckle up then and jump into our first demo? We're going to check out National Financial Partners. They're part of Aon, a powerhouse business, and NFP focuses specifically on mid-sized businesses and individuals, helping with really important things like insurance, benefits, wealth management. And something that they really focus on is delivering an amazing personalized service.
Yeah, NFP was facing a really familiar problem to, I think, a lot of organizations.
Definitely.
They have a support ticket system, ServiceNow, and when tickets were coming in, they were getting misrouted a lot of the time. And then sometimes they even sat in the wrong queue for 2.5 hours.
And when personalized service is your priority, you know you need to fix that. And they knew they could fix it. Enter Copilot Studio.
And this demo is going to show how they were able to use agents to triage, route, and resolve cases, ultimately improving the customer experience because it's now faster, smarter, and more efficient.
Let's jump straight into the demo.
The first optimization John wants to make is on ticketing. This is the IT ticket troubleshooting agent that we built. We are using the light version of Copilot Studio in M365 to get started, since our agent needs context from M365 and Teams. We have already added name, description, and instructions. We have also leveraged AI to generate an icon based on the agent details. Let's take a look at the knowledge sources that our agent is going to use to generate responses. Our team has an ongoing Teams thread where the help desk team posts about the most urgent tickets. This helps the team get to the most urgent items first, but it can sometimes be disorganized and unstructured. Our agent needs to aggregate these tickets so the IT team can help resolve them quickly. To do so, we add Teams meeting and chat threads as a knowledge source, picking the thread that contains those urgent tickets. And to help the team get a lead on resolving the tickets, we need credible information to ground the agent. Most of the department's troubleshooting guides are hosted in ServiceNow, so we can use a Copilot connector to connect the data. We can now use scope search to specify which knowledge base to use, helping provide more relevant answers. Now on to the final steps. Let's say the IT team needs to follow up with subject matter experts. To accomplish that, we can now enable the people capability, which we use information about the graph to understand the org chart. And with that, the agent is pulling the latest information from the team's chat thread, which never had resolution information before. The agent is looking at each question and it is using ServiceNow knowledge data sources for answers. If the agent can answer, it will try to look at the org chart data to provide a subject matter expert, and it will also provide details to clarify whether the subject matter expert is owning the thread and can coordinate with the email infrastructure team or can just assist or redirect to network support. An IT tech can always follow up with more questions. With such a high-quality agent that can combine Teams chat messages, enterprise-grade connectors, and people data, we feel confident that this agent will help with the process. So let's switch gears and let's take a look at the new age of evaluation experience in Copilot Studio. Here, I am looking at the IT ticket troubleshooting agent, and I can quickly launch evaluations to validate the quality of the agent before publishing. I can create a new test set right here. I can automatically generate test case with AI by pulling questions directly from my recent test ping charts. I can manually add my own, or I can even upload a file or questions and expected answers prepared in advance. So let's upload the prepared file, and once uploaded, each question appears in the configuration view where I can keep editing. I can pick the evaluation method, quality similarity, or test match, and I can even set threshold scores that define what counts as a passing result. I can also enrich my dataset by asking AI to generate additional questions or by manually adding single test cases. We can ensure broader coverage of real-world scenarios after configuration by simply clicking Evaluate, and the system runs all selected tests using the graders and threshold I have just defined. Results appear at the test set level, showing how many questions passed or failed. I can instantly spot areas needing attention. Finally, I can drill down into any individual test case to see exactly why it passed or failed. I can compare the agent's response to the expected answer, the grader score, and link knowledge sources. These insights are guiding me in improving the agent and refining the content. Before moving to production with agent evaluation right in Copilot Studio, testing is no longer a manual after-the-fact step. It's a seamless, repeatable process that helps makers deliver high-quality agents with confidence. We've just seen how Copilot Studio can transform IT service desk operations, but the power of agentic orchestration goes far beyond IT. Let's take a look at another high-impact area, claims management. Claims are complex by nature, and no single agent can cover that entire journey effectively. This is where multi-agent orchestration is game-changing. With Copilot Studio, we can compose specialized agents, one focused on policy interpretation, another on regulatory compliance, another on fraud detection, and another on customer communication, and have them seamlessly collaborate in real time. Let's take a look. First, we see our orchestrators spring into action, seamlessly coordinating the work of multiple specialized agents. It begins by invoking the research agent, which doesn't just pull raw data, it activates a cloud flow to fetch claim details, cross-references them against all knowledge sources configured, and applies deep reasoning across complex policy documents. This ensures we're not only retrieving information, but also interpreting it in context. Next, the orchestration shifts to an ID and document verification agent, which validates identity and supporting documentation. Immediately after, the claim reviewer agent takes over. This agent consolidates all the findings, weighing regulatory requirements, past claim patterns, and company guidelines to make nuanced decisions, such as should this expense be reimbursed? Should the claim be fast-tracked for automatic approval, or does it need human review for exceptions? Once the decision-making is complete, the system automatically updates the claim record. The baton is then passed to the communications agent. This final step is critical for organizations, ensuring clear, consistent, and powerful communication with all stakeholders. Using a predefined template, the comms agent crafts a message, whether it's an internal notification for an adjuster or an external update for the claimant, delivering transparency and trust at scale.
There is nothing like a real-life use case to show the impact. We just saw agents that our customers can build using Copilot Studio. Now, I think we should talk about the out-of-the-box agents that we're building in Dynamics 365.
I love that plan. And in this episode, we're going to focus on sales and contact center. They're some of the most exciting areas that we're seeing at the moment. And I think we should start with sales. So, Stephanie, get ready for this question. Raise your hand if you've ever lost a lead in your CRM system. Thank you for your honesty. And honestly, you're not alone, are you? This is a common problem, maybe the most common problem that we hear from every customer that we speak to. They have too many leads and, quite frankly, not enough time. But with the new capabilities, we can help with that. And honestly, over the next 6 months, what we're going to see is the way sellers engage is transforming.
So as you mentioned before, Lydia, I was in sales, and so I'm really interested in this. Tell me more about it.
So I can only describe it as we have a motley crew of agents over here at Microsoft. So let me talk you through what it looks like with these new agents.
Yeah.
Okay, to begin with, we start with the sales qualification agent. So let's say as your leads come into the system, sales qualification agent grabs them and gives each one a ton of attention. It's basically figuring out the quality of the lead. So it's going to look at what is our historical relationship with them? How have we engaged with them over emails, Teams, calls? It's then going to look at, okay, what's happening with them in the media? What content can we find online about the direction the business is going? And as I said, ultimately to qualify the lead, to figure out how important is this lead.
Sure.
Then it does at that point is it hands over to the deal close agent. Okay. So let's say it's a smooth deal. The customer knows what they want. The agent goes back and forward interacting, answering questions, answering concerns, all the way through to close. Fantastic. Let's say a deal is larger, more valuable, or maybe it gets a little bit complicated. Mm-hmm. The deal close agent can bring the seller in, the right seller, at any moment so that we can basically continue with that deal through to close. So it's really transforming the way you interact, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Having been in sales, I was never the main seller, but I was the technical counterpart and still right in the trenches with my team. And I feel like this is the sales dream. I think it really helps with the big deals where you need all of the detail to try to close it, but then also it makes sure that the small deals don't get left behind. And I know that you were a seller in a past life as well.
That's true.
But when we've talked about that, the processes sounded a little bit different. So how does that work?
Great question. We have a new integration coming between Dynamics 365 and Copilot Studio, meaning that regardless of what your process is, regardless of what systems you're using, you can get that data flowing, and ultimately you can have these great agentic experiences no matter what your sales process is.
Absolutely. I think that you might be able to say, I'm sold.
I'm not surprised to hear that.
Maybe I should go back to sales?
No, you should definitely not go back to sales. You should stay with me. But instead, I have a very exciting sales demo for you. How does that sound?
I think that's a fair compromise.
Thank you. And thank goodness. Okay, in this awesome demo that we're going to see, it's based on Grand and Toy. Now, Grand and Toy are based in Canada. They're part of the ODP family, and they've honestly been the go-to place for office supplies and workplace solutions for the last 140 years. And because they're part of the ODP family, they are the sister company of Office Depot and Office Max in the US, two companies I think you might have heard of.
For sure.
In this demo, I'm so excited for you to see it. We're going to be able to see these agentic capabilities in the real world and see how they're helping them with two things: their exceptional customer experiences that they want to deliver and making sure that every sales opportunity is maximized.
Let's jump in.
Yeah, let's dive right in.
Every single new lead we receive at Grand & Toy can start its journey being treated like a VIP by the sales qualification agent. As soon as a lead enters our CRM system, the agent can leap into action, conducting thorough research and engaging with care. Here's what that would look like. First, the agent wants to understand the prospect. It confirms that the email address is a valid work address, then checks whether the lead is linked to an existing account. And in this case, it's Lucerne Publishing, one of our valued B2B clients. Instantly, the agent pulls in rich insights from recent communications, including that the lead had engaged with marketing material we shared about office kitouts in early October. With a clear picture of our existing relationship with Lucerne Publishing, the agent wants to understand their place in the world. It starts gathering information from public websites and industry news. Here, we can see it has discovered Lucerne Publishing is undergoing a major expansion of their Canadian presence. And the agent factors this into its assessment, identifying both the significance of the opportunity and any potential risks. Next, the agent initiates engagement with our existing contact, Lucy, starting with a tailored introduction that references Lucerne's publishing market expansion. Lucy responds with enthusiasm, asking to move the conversation forward, and the agent replies promptly, sharing product information and bulk offers we currently have available. What I love most is that every new lead, big or small, receives this level of attention, ensuring no opportunity ever slips through the cracks. At this point in the process, Lucy has questions about whether we can match competitor pricing. When a lead becomes high value or complex, the agent knows to seamlessly bring in the seller from our team. It schedules a meeting that works for both Lucy and the account manager. In this case, that's me. In the background, the agent will continue to keep track of all the interactions that happen and keep the lead up to date with new engagement details, meaning I don't have to waste precious selling time updating records. I can quickly get up to speed with the opportunity thanks to the deal close agent. I could see that the opportunity was scored highly by the agent, along with the key insights about what engagement has happened to date. The agent shares the reason for the escalation, Lucy's concerns about pricing, and that it is scheduled an upcoming meeting for us to meet. Clicking on how was this research generated, I can see an in-depth breakdown of how the insights came to be, using signals from our CRM, public websites, internal knowledge, and even industry news. This breakdown helps me move forward confidently, trusting the source of the insights. As I prepare for the meeting, I can get instant answers to the questions I have about the opportunity, from our history with the account through to real-time updates on their expansions, answered by sales chat in Microsoft 365. My preparation happens much faster than ever, and I can walk into the meeting feeling confident. I meet with Lucy, reassure her we can beat our competitors' pricing, and after receiving this email post-call, close the deal in record time. Like so many other businesses, our sales team simply doesn't have the capacity to work on every lead that comes through the door. This is where the deal close agent again steps in, taking qualified leads from the sales qualification agent and moving them forward, confirming their needs, handling their objections, and ultimately nurturing the deal to close. The deal close agent ensures every opportunity we have receives proper attention, and we don't leave any revenue on the table. As our sellers and agents drive deals to close, Eric, our sales manager, uses a sales research agent for instant performance insights. He asks in-depth questions in natural language. In this case, he asks how the sales pipeline is trending. The agent comes back with an in-depth explanation. He's also thrilled to see that the deal close agent is actively contributing to opportunity closes. He then asks to see how opportunities break down by each owner and who is generating the most pipeline. The agent generates a research plan and clearly presents how individuals are performing and an action plan for fine-tuning the strategy to maximize team performance. Microsoft's agentic sales apps don't just support Grand & Toy. They help transform our sales processes. We can expand our capacity, empower our sellers, and ensure no revenue gets missed. The future of sales at Grand & Toy is exponential growth, and it starts now.
What I loved about that demo is that agents helped at every stage, but it really had me thinking, what happens after that? How do we help the service teams and their customers?
I feel like you set me up and I just knock it out of the park. On to our next topic, contact center. Now, contact center is really evolving fast. We're deepening the AI support in 3 different ways, really: agentic capabilities, omnichannel experiences, and supervisor tools.
It sounds like there is a lot coming. Can you tell me more about what's happening on the agentic side?
Yeah, definitely. Let's start there. So there's new capabilities coming to our customer intent agent. And essentially now the agents can understand what a customer needs, route them to the right resource, and resolve cases end to end. They're really designed to handle complex scenarios, and essentially they're only escalating when it's really necessary, freeing up our human agents for high-value interactions.
I feel like that balance is so key because we need AI to scale, but we also need humans for trust and for empathy. So what does that look like if I'm a customer?
Okay, so that brings us on to the omnichannel experiences. And we're really focusing across voice, chat, Teams, and social. So let's say you're a customer, you start off interacting on Instagram, and then you end on a phone call. All of that customer support context travels with you, so you can get your case resolved faster, and it's more personalized.
There is nothing worse than retelling your life story every single time you switch to a new representative.
I'm hearing a little bit of trauma there, Steph.
Yes. Okay. Enough about my trauma. What about the supervisors?
Okay, supervisors. So we're giving them what they want. We're giving them real-time visibility into agent performance. We're giving them quality of conversation analysis and customer sentiment. And then on top of that, with AI-powered coaching insights and escalation alerts, we're essentially looping in the leaders when they're needed and giving them insights to help their team perform.
Okay, so I'm hearing you say smarter routing, faster case resolution, more personalized service for the customers. You know what I'm going to say.
You're going to say that you love the sound of it.
I love the sound of that so much that I think we should show a demo. And this one is extra special because it shows the impact that our new capabilities have when they support a vital mission. We're heading to Australia for Kids Helpline, run by Your Town. When a young person reaches out in a moment of vulnerability, it might be late at night, it might be after days of feeling alone, Kids Helpline connects to a counselor as quickly as possible so that young person can receive the support that they need.
It was so special talking to Your Town in the lead up to this event. Amazing to hear how when they implemented Dynamics 365 Contact Center, they increased their ability to respond and reduce their average wait time. And then really amazing to see how now with the customer intent agent, we'd be able to reduce it even further and connect them to the most appropriate counselor for that specific topic. Let's check it out.
It's Thursday night, and Jacob calls Kids Helpline. The customer intent agent answers, lets Jacob know he'll be connected with somebody as fast as possible, and asks Jacob to share what's happening. As they speak, intent-based routing, a function of the customer intent agent, is already at work, listening to his words, reviewing his record to see if he's called before, and identifying which professional in our team has the best skill set to support him. There's no waiting, no confusion. Jacob's needs are quickly identified, and he's transferred to the right person. In this case, that's me. a counselor with specific complex mental health experience. In seconds, the call is transferred, and I answer. I'm in Dynamics 365 Contact Center, but because of new integration, I'm able to use Teams phone features like Direct Routing and Operator Connect. This helps our team to more seamlessly complete conversations with our young callers. The case management agent created the case for this conversation with Jacob, giving me all of the context I need to support him. As we talk, the case file is continually being updated. The customer intent agent listens to the conversation, proposes questions to ask Jacob to help me guide him, as well as providing Copilot-generated answers to his questions that I can incorporate into my conversation. At the end of each conversation, I'm able to simply close the case and support the next caller with no need to capture notes, as the solution has done it automatically for me. While my peers and I are focused on supporting young callers, our team lead Jane uses the AI Optimization Hub to ensure we're providing the best service we can. Her first stop is knowledge analytics. Kids helpline professionals have access to a rich library of resources during calls, and Jane can see how these are performing. Articles recently used in conversations are automatically updated by the AI agent based on real-time insights to maximize their usability. Jane reviews drafts and ensures everything aligns with Kid Helpline standards before publishing. Next, she opens the supervisor view to get a sense of how calls are going across the team. She compares metrics, identifies strengths, and spots areas for growth. With one click, she can review individual calls and see how the quality evaluation agent scored them for empathy, clarity, and effectiveness. For the call with Jacob, it highlighted strong empathy and flagged a moment for improvement. Jane can use these insights to coach our team and fine-tune the AI agents, helping us continuously improve how we support young people. Using AI-powered agents, every call to Kids Helpline could be answered faster, meaning more young callers receive the support they need when they need it.
There's no way that demo doesn't pull on your heartstrings. I mean, it's always amazing to see our capabilities helping real people, helping real people.
For sure. This one was really special to me because I actually came from the nonprofit space focused on Power Platform, which kind of reminds me, Lydia, we haven't talked about the Power Platform yet. Can we talk about the Power Platform?
Of course we can. To no one's surprise, it's getting a serious upgrade. We're seeing new capabilities across Power Apps, Power Automate, Dataverse, and Power Pages, importantly, with governance and AI woven into every layer.
Absolutely. And it really doesn't matter what you're doing in the platform. If you're building apps, if you're automating workflows, managing environments, the Power Platform is more intelligent and collaborative with agentic experience front and center.
Exactly what I would expect. So same question as before. What are you excited about?
What am I not excited about?
It's a small list.
Plan Designer, you're going to start seeing some new capabilities. We're going to be able to describe a business problem, and a team of agents will work with you. And they might do things like clarifying requirements, sketching out processes, exploring data. They can even draft some of the solution components. They could put together an app, a flow, an agent. It's kind of like having a group of specialists right in the room with you.
I can feel the workload lightening as we speak.
And once those apps are live, there's new tools to keep them smarter and more useful. We have the agent feed, so real-time updates can be provided to teams so that they can act fast. And then we also have generative pages, which is new experiences that you can create in Power Apps using natural language. And then, of course, for our IT folks, we have the Copilot Hub. And that's going to give you a clear view into how agents are being used across environments, with the built-in governance and security underlying all of it.
Of course, because that balance is so important. We want freedom for our makers, but of course we need the guardrails that IT need. Didn't you mention some awesome updates to automation?
You have a great memory, Lydia.
Thank you.
In Power Automate, you're going to be able to track the value of automations with the new savings feature. So this isn't just building a flow for a flow's sake. You're actually going to see the money and time savings.
That's so crucial. As you said, it's not about just building new flows. We need to see the value that they're having. Why don't we see some value in action?
Absolutely. What customer do we have?
State Farm. They're the largest property and casualty and the largest auto insurer in the US. Their mission is to help people manage everyday risks, recover from the unexpected, and realize their dreams. Well, in this demo, we're going to see how the agency operations team is making sure every insurance agent is ready to service customers with confidence, which we love to see. There's two critical processes. The first one is onboarding new insurance agents, and the second one is keeping them up to date with new products and regulatory requirements. State Farm built this solution using Power Apps, Dataverse, Power Automate, and it was all composed with AI, which is amazing to see. Which ultimately, it's making their training simpler and more scalable. What's the outcome? Their insurance agents are better prepared. They have more time to focus on delivering great customer experiences. So let's take a look.
Let's see how Power Apps can help me build out the solution plan. Here is a prompt which describes our business problem. And we can also attach any relevant files that the model will take into account when creating a plan. And with a click, we get into the workspace, where I'm led through several steps supported by agentic capabilities building my plan. First, the requirement agent creates a set of user roles and requirements for my business problem. Then the process agent provides an overview of how the different artifacts in the plan connect to one another and the overall process. I can edit the process to add or to remove steps and validate my changes. For example, I want to add a step to auto-assign mandatory training, and I can do it easily using natural language. The process gets updated with the additional step. Then the data agent creates all the tables that I need for my business problem, saving me several hours setting up table schema and relationships. Now the agent is smart enough to recognize tables in my environment that fit my scenario, and it will include these existing tables in my plan. And finally, the solution agent generates apps, flows, and agents that will be used to solve the business problem. For example, an app for the operation team leads to assign trainings and monitor progress, and an agent that analyzes progress and feedback to recommend relevant training modules, and also an automated flow for managers to track regulatory changes. So after the plan is saved, we can now begin to create the solution artifacts. First, let's drill down into the app for operation team leads to assign training and monitor progress. Power Apps is creating the model-driven app, and it's going to open the modern app designer with relevant data tables already added. And if I want to add a new page, now with generative pages, I can further simplify, accelerate, and improve my app design process. By interacting with the app agent, I can create fully functional pages by describing what I need in natural language. And I can specify which Microsoft Dataverse tables to reference, and in this case, training assignment and training course. And I can even attach an image of what I would like the page to look like. So now we can follow the agent thoughts. First, the agent is going to interpret the request by taking into consideration the visual reference we have added. And finally, it will start planning the structure of the page as the last step before starting to generate the code. Here we can see the result, a beautiful page to manage and track professional development journey. Okay, now let's go back to our Employee Training Hub app. With Dataverse and Copilot, we can use natural language to reason over our data right inside a conversational window. Copilot can now use Dataverse search to retrieve relevant insights with agentic reasoning, helping us explore feedback with more precision. Now, here as we are monitoring training progress, we have some feedback. So let's see how to classify this feedback into common categories with a prompt column. A prompt column is an AI-powered data type in Microsoft Dataverse that makes possible to define natural language prompts tied to other columns in tables. The AI model processes these prompts to generate relevant responses based on specified input columns. The result is immediately stored in the prompt column, ready to be used in apps, in workflows, or in reports. The key function is that the prompt column contains generative AI results stored in the table persistently. This is how data is enriched using generative AI and brings value to data. Now, let's look at another aspect of our Employee Training Hub. with the data entry agent, I can seamlessly search and select Outlook emails, Teams chat, and OneDrive files for data entry directly from here. And with Teach for Field Assistants, we can get better suggestions by teaching it the input a user most commonly use. And we can add content typically used for this form via Smart Paste or File Picture, and then select Save Example to improve for Field Assistants. And instead of just tracking who has what training, with the Data Exploration Agent, I can ask questions in natural language and get insights, get summaries and trends without building custom reports or queries. And the app also includes an agent feed where a user can see the feed of activity in the training and in the onboarding process. Agent feed lets business users easily manage and work with agents directly in the apps. Now, let's go back to Power Apps and let's look at the automated flow for manager to track regulatory changes. So now makers can easily track the benefit of all automation initiatives. So here we've got our Track Regulatory Changes Cloud Flow, and on the details page, we see a new savings card. When I select Edit, I see the configuration used to automatically calculate savings. I can add an estimated manual record processing time, like here 10 minutes per run, and translate it into monetary value using a specific hourly rate for the baseline value. Then back in the savings card, I can click See Trend to open the Automation Center savings page. Here, I can visualize savings trends over time to gauge automation value, offering a broader picture of overall savings across the environment. And beyond the return on investment reports, new views allow me to get deeper observability insights. So the New Insights tab brings built-in performance and reliability metrics for my end-to-end automations, giving me fast visibility into how flows are running. For example, I can easily monitor flow around counts and performance trends, failure rates with detailed error trends, or most common errors by code. We can unlock the full potential of processes by enabling seamless one-click process mining integration. Once enabled, I get access to advanced process health and performance metrics within my process map. No need for manual data preparation, imports, and complex data mappings. The system handles all the heavy lifting for me. And with process mining integration enabled, I can monitor comprehensive process health, performance, and reliability across my automations. So now let's switch gears and let's drill down into the Power Platform Admin Center. The apps we have built run in the managed platform, so admins can ensure that this is secured and governed. With the Copilot Hub, admins can control the AI features in the app and understand their usage. Admins can also monitor the application and agents behind, understanding its adoption and any potential issues. And they can make the app better constantly by following the recommendations of advisor, their personalized agent, to make sure the app is always following the best management practices.
Now, what I love to see in that demo is that they took a process and they made it faster, smarter, and more connected. And it makes such a significant difference for every insurance agent on their team. And on that high note, somehow it's already time to say goodbye.
It's not goodbye, it's see you later.
Okay, that makes me feel a lot better, but it's so true. We've seen today how agents are transforming business and how our customers are able to harness the power of AI in the workplace. I hope you're walking away inspired and maybe with some new favorite features.
I hope those features are in the Power Platform.
Of course you do. But whether you're using Microsoft Copilot Studio, Dynamics 365, or Power Platform, the future of biz apps is here and it's built around you.
And if you want to dive deeper, head to the Release Planner at aka.ms/release planner to learn more.
Thanks for watching, and we'll see you later.